Catalina's show, lunchtime. Oh, man. Thanks to Rudy's BBQ. And I hit him up yesterday. The why is simple. You need that barbecue fix, man. I went down there, and what did I get? I got the ribs. I ordered a ton of ribs. I'm not going to lie to you. Because Brice Jones, who's with me right now inside the Charles Schwab studio, Brice Jones BBQ PitMaster, he knows my passion for ribs. I can just, you put them down, I will keep chowing them down. So I went to Rudy's yesterday, got off work, and I'm like, what do I want? I wanted barbecue. And I'm like, okay, Rudy's right around the corner. Hit them up hard. Drop some money. That's life in barbecue now. Brice, the price of briskets went up again, and that's everywhere. That's just the price of beef, man.
Yeah, it's the price of doing business. You know, we've talked about it a bunch. And so, yeah, I mean, it just keeps going up and up and makes it difficult. I did try, I was out last week. I had a work function thing, and I was in the Austin area, and I tried a new top 50 place last week.
Name? Go ahead.
Style Switch.
I've been there. I went there after the first Troubadour.
Yeah.
Because they were here for it. And how I pick one? This is one of my things. I go to the Troubadour every year, and I pick one. Kind of my favorite. Whoever had my favorite, I go to, unless they're in the middle of nowhere, Texas. Style Switch was the first year. Went there that summer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, honestly, brisket was just normal brisket. Nothing, crazy. Very good brisket. But I will say this, their ribs, unsauced, were some of my favorite unsauced ribs I've ever had. They really were. Sides, But then
But for sides, they don't have to.
The sides, but except for one. They had sriracha glazed Brussels sprouts.
There we go.
Dude, they were so good. They were, yeah.
And that's their calling card.
Yeah.
That's their signature.
They were good.
Okay, you and I had the exact same experience for the record, right? I remember their brisket. And here's the thing. Brisket, thanks to Franklin's, and you've mentioned this before, how everyone that worked at Franklin's went out to either be the number one pitmaster or open their own. Because now you get that Franklin's brisket everywhere, effectively. Yeah. And if they don't, it's so noticeable. So you can get the best brisket in Texas at about 20 to 30 places.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a reality.
It was good, a little dry. Mine was, for getting the moist, was a little drier than what I would expect. But when you're cooking that many, it's going to happen.
And brisket's also gotten so expensive that if you go, because it used to be, I'm going to get brisket and sausage, brisket and ribs. You almost have to go and you're only getting brisket now due to the cost. It's just so expensive.
I know. But you know me, when I do get the chance to try one.
You bring a cooler.
Honestly, I will say this.
You bring a cooler.
Because I got brisket, I got ribs, I got sausage, I got beans, tater tot casserole, and
oh my God, dude,
Brussels sprouts. So, and of course, honestly, it wasn't that I was by myself, and I think it was $60 for all of that. It wasn't as bad as I normally would. A lot of places I've been just myself, that would cost me $100. So I will give them props on that. Okay. The price wasn't outrageous.
Now, back in the day. That used to be one meal for me. Now that's probably 2.5 at least.
That was 2 for sure. Yeah, I took a big to-go box.
I just eat differently.
I ate a piece of brisket. I ate both ribs. So I had brisket left. I had casserole left. I had beans left. I had some Brussels left. So yeah,
I can justify that for 2.5 meals. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it was 2 meals for me.
Yeah. So now that feels better.
Yeah.
Now that feels better. And for me with barbecue, look, I'm still that old school where sides are nice, but it's not going to help me say yay or nay. I'm going there for the meat.
Well, for me now, like you're with all these joints, they all taste so similar now. Like the sides kind of set them apart now because the brisket all tastes the same everywhere, except for a few places that I will say far more superior. But the sides kind of or the sausage or something has to kind of stand out because the brisket's all the same. And it's usually the ribs are the kind of the, or another part of it. But you're right. Around, nowadays the brisket all kind of tastes the same.
That's why your ribs better rock. Because if you want to stand out, and I'm a ribs guy anyway.
Yeah.
See, that's for me, now that all the brisket's the same, what is your other thing? It can be the sausage.
Yeah.
You make it by hand, your own recipe. It can be, we have the greatest pork steak. What else? But I'm a ribs guy.
Yeah.
So if you're rib, and there's still places that the ribs are the kind of the throwaway.
Yeah.
And I can't go back.
Yeah. Yeah. These weren't throwaway ribs. They were amazing. They were good. They were really good. Yeah.
We had the exact same experience.
Yeah.
The sriracha Brussels sprouts were amazing. The brisket was fine. And the ribs were so you had me. They had me. I loved that. I love my experience. And that's the Aggie-owned place, right?
It is, yeah. And I would actually think,
Switch.
his
Awesome.
brother was an intern at Texags at one point when I was there. So
is that right?
Absolutely.
I thought
it's when Style Switch was first starting. His younger brother was at A&M and was an intern at Texags.
That's one of those things where I thought I knew.
Yeah,
it was
a long time ago.
So that's awesome. That's first time, huh?
Yeah, it was the first time I'd been through there. It was close to where I was staying. I picked the closest one that I knew was good, that was a top 50 place, and went. So it was good.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
It's still fun, isn't it, to find a barbecue place you haven't been to yet?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the great thing is why I don't do it so often, so that I still have these places that I can go to when I am traveling, and I can find a spot. So, but there are some. There's Truth is one of those. If I'm around Truth, I'm going. That's just Bar A's. If I'm in, there's just nothing else in Montgomery besides Bar A. So, but Bar A's, you don't need an excuse to go to Bar A. No, not at all. But Truth is obviously, I've been saying it for a while, is my number one spot, and anytime I'm close, I will stop.
Okay. Roy May.
Yeah.
Texted in. We're all looking. I'm looking.
Roy knows a thing or two about cooking.
All this talk has convinced me to smoke a brisket this weekend. Give me a funky approach that I've probably never tried. Beat the hell out of the 16 days to kick off. Happy Friday, my dudes.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's really is like a funky approach to brisket anymore like that. I'm not Aaron Franklin, method all the time, but to think of a funky method, I might have to think through the break on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might come back to letter Roy May. Use a blowtorch to get the burnt ends burnt.
Yeah, the burn ends are the first thing to get crispy. I mean, you almost have to what we call foil boat, kind of create a boat and cover the edge. Well, I mean, you basically
don't expect me to be Roy May.
Some people will wrap the entire brisket in foil, right, and kind of convection it and cook it. It cooks quicker. You can just put some foil around the bottom, make a little boat basically for the brisket to sit in, but the top stays exposed, so your bark stays crispy, but you don't get the edges don't get burnt, because they're the first part to kind of burnt that around the flat, and then your burn ends they'll get too crispy if you don't have them kind of wrapped, and so you just kind of make a little boat. And
so how do you want them? Do you want your burn ends too crispy?
No, I don't want them too crispy. You want them not. You just want them perfect. That's burn ends are the best part.
Burn ends are still the best. Yeah,
still the best parts. For when somebody's cooking a brisket and I start seeing them cut it and they cut them off the side, I'm just going to walk up without asking and grab a burn end. It's just going to
Roy May, he'll think about it. Trust me. We'll get back to it.
I don't know.
Give him a moment.
And I'm smoking beef ribs this weekend, so we're on the same. I'm gonna smoke.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke some beef ribs.
What inspired that?
I found them on sale.
Oh,
dude. I mean, that with the prices of beef, it's like, what's on sale this week? Okay, I'll cook that. So, and I'm also gonna
a sale.
I'm also gonna smoke a pork loin and stuff it and cook it for like a separate meal this week or something.
That's one of my top 3 favorite things.
Yeah,
pork loin, pork steak, pork roast, pork.
I know. I'm going to try some pork. I've never really done taken a pork butt and really made pork steaks. I'm going to try it soon. I've bought them already cut up and done it. And yeah, I mean, it's good, but they cut them real thin at the store, and I want to cut my own pork butt and do it, thicker, like a ribeye basically. So I'll do that soon.
Dude, you are talking my zip code and universe right now. You have me going okay, Brice is back in cooking mode. Because, you're not always in cooking mode. But right now, I think you're feeling it.
It's football season, man. I always get in cook mode when it comes to football season. Yeah. I always get into, some of these things you try, you might see them at the tailgate. You never know.
Brice Jones, Barbecue Pitmaster, Smoking Aces competition team, every Friday, noon till 1, inside the Charles Schwab studio. Do not forget, you can text him, you can text me, but why would you text me? I'm here every day. Brice is here noon till 1 on Fridays, the entire hour. Text 979-693-1150. Brice, you've been known to place a wager occasionally?
No, not me. Never.
You've been known to place a wager? So over-under stuff has kind of popped up a little bit here. NFL variety. Cowboys, over-under, 9. Where would you go with it?
They play so many guys. I think you go over. Obviously, I don't know if the defense will be any better than it was last year. Can they stop the run? The offense will be... they got too many weapons to not be good on offense, so I would go over. It's just because they played 2 extra games now, so why not?
So, according to The Athletic, they have an over-under win total of 9-2. And according to DraftKings, it's 9-5. So, it's the same zip code thing.
Yeah.
So, you go over. So, you think they can hit 10?
10, yeah, I think so.
What I found conflicting, to be honest with you, is I saw they have a top 5 offense and a lot of praising going on. And first year defense coordinator, people are pro fans of his. They got Von Miller, their talent acquisition on the defensive side. They went all in. And then 9.5 or 9.2 wins. I'm like, whoa, it just doesn't add up. That's it.
It's because the Cowboys always find a way to go like 9 and something. That's probably why the number's sitting there. Nobody believes in the Cowboys even anymore, including myself, who is a Cowboys fan. So, if I was putting my money on it, I'd put the over there because I do think they'll get to 10.
Dave in College Station texted pork belly burn ends, and all I'm going to say is,
I do those all the time.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
That's.
Yep, those are a staple at my tailgates. So
those are
do them all
gorgeous,
the time. Yep.
Absolutely gorgeous. So okay, you take over on 9-5 for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Houston Texans, and they're fascinating because they could win the Super Bowl. That would be their. If you do floor ceiling. The floor of the Texans is the Super Bowl. Their defense by itself is one of those. They could get you there.
Nope, not anymore. Not in today's NFL. It's offensive. No, it's not. We're not going back to the early 2000s where the offense wasn't isn't what it is now. There's no more.
But
there's never going to be a Ravens. There's never going to be a team again like the Ravens with that trash quarterback, with the trashiest quarterback of all time.
If C.J. Stroud doesn't pull a Marcel, then the Texans can win it all.
Can they win it all? Yes, but the floor of the Super Bowl. Come on.
No, ceiling.
You said floor.
Well, the floor is the worst case. The ceiling is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just don't see it with them. Their defense is legit, but C.J. Stroud he looked awful last year.
In the playoffs. During the regular season, he actually was not some concern. He wasn't a concern. I don't know how.
He was.
Really? No.
Yes, he was.
C.J. Stroud was not a concern in the regular season. I'm not going to say he's a top 3 quarterback, but
no,
he wasn't a concern.
I judge your season like, were you on anybody's fantasy football roster as their starting quarterback? If it's a no, then you're not very good.
That's the standard, huh?
I mean, why not? Like, if you're in a 10-team league, if you can't you're not one of the 10 quarterbacks sitting, being the starting quarterback or even on the bench of, most people run, might have a second guy on the bench, then yeah, and he was on nobody's team.
So they're over-under is 9-8.
Oh yeah, I'd go over on that. Just on their defense alone will win them a couple of games.
Which, regular season, that plays extremely well. DraftKings has their over under at 9-5. So, same zip code again. A basic, if you think they win 10 or more, bet over. Yeah. And they're built for the regular season with that D like that. They're built.
Yeah, as long as, obviously without, barring any injuries, I could see they easily winning 10 games.
Me too.
Yeah.
Week to week, give me D every time.
I would have thought that one I thought that one would have been over 10. If you would have asked me to guess what the line probably would have been, I would have thought over, more 10, somewhere in the 10 range. I mean, I know one was 9-8, but, I would have thought it would have been 10 over or 10 or over.
Do you think in the history of the Houston Texans that they will ever have an offensive line, or did they make some deal with the devil just to get a franchise in Houston again?
Do they not have again? I'm not much of a Texans guy, so I don't know. Is there? I mean, I know they've never really had a good offensive line. Is it supposed to be bad again this year?
I don't know why it would change.
Did they? Yeah. Did they?
I looked at their acquisition. They just shuffled deck chairs. They've never committed. They've never said, "Okay, let's take a first round pick, the number one, free agent available O-line, and let's do that kind. Let's spend 1 year where we just commit to it and build for the next 4."
Did they add anybody at running back? I don't think they.
Yeah, they traded for the Detroit Lions back. Jamar
Gibbs.
They got
not Gibbs. They've got David Montgomery.
Yeah, so they did.
Yeah, I thought they did. I just couldn't remember the name.
You don't have an O-line. Why do you want a running back?
Yes, I mean last year they had. Joe Mixon was out the entire year.
That was the key. They did, but the time
Joe
injured.
Mixon never played, which I don't even know if he's in the league this year. If he's done for good, I don't think I've seen him around.
So you're going over.
Yeah,
thinking both should be 10 or 11. Actually,
I think so.
On the 9s.
Yep.
Fair enough. Okay. I just got it from me. Now, Texas A&M football. I'm gonna get. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the over under, and I remember early in the spring the over under was something I think like 7.5 or 8.5.
It was 8.5. Yeah. It was.
So I'm gonna go at 9.
Yes.
That's the Louis Bellina show. 9. That's the magic number.
Yeah.
Over means one thing and under means a whole world of the other.
Yep.
So the Louis Bellina show over under of 9.
That's what I was going to guess it was 9. But
I think it's 8.5 all spring. Yeah. I haven't looked what it is heading into. So I'm giving you 9. Where are you going?
I'm not betting because I think that's,
like you can resist.
Yeah, I can resist. I absolutely can. I'm not that bad.
So you're not the jonesing type.
Well, it's easy when it's A&M. I try to stay away. Unless there's some kind of like last year. What was it last year when I was betting against it? I bet against them one time and they were winning, and so I'd never bet. I mean, I just bet against them every single game, no matter what I thought. So unless there's some kind of superstition thing to go along with it, then I typically try to stay away from A&M because I'm too much involved in it.
Go ahead and explain that, because you're gonna. Are you joining Dusty and I for the road game day shows?
Sure, why not? I mean, I'll be here for most of them, I'm sure. I mean, I wouldn't think that I'd miss any.
You didn't respond to my emails. Dusty called you and you hung up on him.
Dusty did not call me.
Dusty said he called you 10 times and you hung up on 8 of them.
I bump into Dusty in the hall every now and then, but outside of us doing the game day shows every year, we do text during games. Obviously, we have a nice little group text going. But yeah, I'm in. I don't know what the away game schedule is or what it looks like on my schedule, but sure.
Away games. Yeah. LSU, Oklahoma,
sure, but
Alabama.
I don't know what days are on, so yes, I'll be here. Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
I'll be here. I will.
Here you go.
And if not, I'll text you.
Take your schedule. Just reserve the last Saturday of every month. That's the road schedule.
Is that the road schedule?
Effectively, yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. As long as there's not a cook-off that weekend, then which I don't think there is. I think the one that we're doing in a couple of weeks falls on a home game.
In summation for everybody.
I'll be there. In summation.
In summation for everybody. The Zone Game Day Show. The Zone Game Day Show Road Edition will be Dusty. He's lead host. And now we've confirmed it's Brice.
Yeah.
Even though he has no idea when they are. And will not talk to Dusty about them. And
True.
So that's your Zone Game Day Show. It'll be 4 hours before kickoff, before every A&M.
4?
You don't read the emails, do you?
No, I don't. Did they go to my work email, or did you send?
I don't even know if I sent them to you.
Okay, well then that's why I don't know it's 4.
Well, you got to read them.
No, if there's an 11 a.m. game, I will not be here at 7 a.m.
Yeah, you will.
No, I will not.
And you're going to make ribs.
You better write it down.
You are making ribs.
Not happening.
Yeah,
4 hours.
All you ever did is sleep out on the couch when they were at 3. So what would be the difference at 4?
Oh man, because Friday nights can get rough, man. Between setting up the tailgate and doing all that.
Yeah, that's what makes them rough.
It's road games, but yeah. I'm still not coming at 7.
You are coming at 7.
I'll show up at 8 like normal, and I'll just do the 1 hour.
No, you'll be here at 7, and you'll just sleep out on the couch anyway. Man, nothing changes. See, Texas A&M football has a new thing this year where they're doing a 90-minute tailgate party show and then a 30-minute pregame. Okay. So they've changed what they do.
So they have 2 full hours.
We do.
Yeah. So we change. So they make us get up at 7 a.m. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I didn't want to say it that way.
Let's just pray for no 11 a.m. away games. That's what we'll pray for.
I think we already know there's 2 roads 11s.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 2 home 11s.
I'll find something.
2 road 11s. 1/3 of A&M schedules at 11 a.m. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna find cook-offs those weekends and be like,
you're not.
I'm out. Sorry.
You're gonna make ribs. Bring them up.
Not gonna make
7
ribs
a.m.
and bring them here at 7 a.m.
Please.
I would say if I get here at 7 a.m., there better be breakfast waiting here.
You're bringing ribs.
And let Dusty know that too.
Hold on. Have you not listened to anything
No,
I've said?
I'm not. I'm not cooking ribs. I did that one time. I made y'all ribs and chicken that one time.
It was one of the greatest game day shows we ever had.
The whole building smelled like barbecue. It was
on a
awesome.
Saturday.
It was awesome.
It was. Nothing Brice said is a lie.
Yep.
That was awesome. We'll be back. Oh, we'll be back. I'm dreaming of ribs right now, which is a beautiful, beautiful dream. Still Creek Mechanical. Aggie owned, operated. Still Creek Mechanical, serving the Brazos Valley for over 20 years. Do you need fast repairs? Still Creek Mechanical. Oh. And if you need those fast repairs, you can get $100 off of those repairs by saying Louis Bellina. Louis Bellina Show or The Zone. That's right. If you need AC, your air conditioning repairs, Still Creek Mechanical would be happy to give you $100 off. Just mention Louis Bellina Show, or The Zone. Maybe you just need some routine maintenance. Still Creek Mechanical can hook you up. And hey, it's time for a brand new system. Still Creek Mechanical. Look them up online, stillcreekmechanical.com. Schedule your AC consultation, stillcreekmechanical.com. And of course, you can call them. They have phones, and they work. 979-595-4253. Still Creek Mechanical. Get help for your AC now.
Home, road, or bowl, you can hear Aggie football on The Zone. The Zone.
We are back. Brice Jones, BBQ PitMaster, Smoking Aces competition team. Louis Bellina. Louis Bellina show. Really, that's about it. We are inside the Charles Schwab studio on a Friday. We do noon to 1 each and every Friday. So you told me you can't get hyped till game week, so you still got 2 weeks to sit there and go like, it's fine, and whatever. So that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell I'm a little more upbeat this week. Like,
I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting close. I'm not jumping out of my chair or anything, but yeah, ready for it to start. It's time to watch some football, do a little gambling, drinking, smoking some beer, or smoking some meat, and having a good time.
You're gonna smoke beer. I've had smoked beer before.
I mean, you can do beer can chickens. I mean, really, if you want to drink what comes out of the can.
I've had smoked beer before, and I don't want to have it again.
You've had smoked beer? I didn't know it was a thing.
Look, they try everything.
I mean, everybody tries it. You can smoke, anything at this point. Like, or people try to, but yeah.
Well, smoked beer. You just add a smoky flavor to it.
Yeah. Oh, you see it at like
put it under the glass.
For me, and I'll say one of my I like to guilty pleasures are like, things. I watch cooking shows a lot. Like I do. Like I just, especially in the off season. Like I like cooking shows and competition shows, and you see them. They get a smoking gun out and they'll put a little cloche over it and they'll put smoke on it, and then they do it with drinks. So, but yeah, that's one of my things most people wouldn't think I'd watch. But yeah,
you say that.
I like to watch.
I know that you actually know how to cook.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're a BBQ PitMaster, but you can cook anything. So you say you like watching cooking shows. No, it's like finding tips or secrets or really just fun because you like to cook.
Yeah, there's actually a cool new show out that I've been watching. I wish I could go on the show. It's called PitMasters. They're somewhere, but they basically. The guy from Burnt Bean is one of the judges. Andrew Zimmerman, who's like a big time chef, and it's an actual barbecue competition.
So this is Food Network.
It is, and it's like a lot of times they do these barbecue competitions. It's a bunch of chefs doing chefy stuff that's not really barbecue. This one is kind of live fire, more more traditional barbecue. Lots of competition cooks, and there's some chef competitors. The guys from the husband and wife from 2M Smokehouse in San Antonio are on that show cooking, and they've been winning a lot. So it's pretty cool. There's some Texas ties in there.
I used to watch those shows 10 and 20 years ago, but then they got tired of having barbecue people on it.
Yeah,
so I got tired of watching it.
That's why I like this.
And they got tired of having just cooking, so they started inventing non-barbecue competitions on a barbecue competition.
Yes.
So once they got too popular, they quit being barbecue competition shows, and I stopped watching.
Yeah, this one is kind of going back to the old school. It's a barbecue competition. That's why I've enjoyed it. So one of those things. Yeah.
So back to, just for a second,
we've been talking about food for 30 minutes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, everybody likes food, especially barbecue.
Everyone I know likes food. Back to, and again, like I said, just for a minute, we got our AP and coaches. A&M's 8-8. Is that the floor of the polls? AP coaches poll, 8-8. Is that the floor or the ceiling of your expectation for A&M?
I mean, that's what I expected for that's. Yes, A&M needs to, my expectations are for A&M to be, in the college football playoff more times than not in the future. Like, that's got to be the goal, got to be the expectation. So, I know there's, questions on the offensive line and this and that, but, as the college football playoff continues to expand, that there should be no lower expectation than making the playoff every year. Not with what A&M pours into their program.
No, that's one. That's the thing about the now. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where A&M used to have unrealistic expectations based upon their actual investment and alignment. People were like, "Oh, top 10 team." I'm like, no. The investment and the unalignment, it's actually not a top 10 team or a top 10 program. That was not realistic versus what they were doing. But now when you do take a look at the money and everything else, A&M should be. There's no excuse not to, actually. And then for people that also think that way, you go back, well, we never have the right coach. And I'm like, that's true, but still.
Yeah.
And now does it seem to you, too, that A&M maybe is in perfect alignment? Maybe for the first time in program history?
It feels like
even when RC was here.
Yeah, I mean,
you had the coach, but you had nothing else.
Yeah, you didn't have the monetary investment that you're getting now from on this level. So I mean, it feels like it. Do we know yet? No, I think we'll know after this year. I think another good year, making the playoff or on the edge, really close. With what they lost as far as the front. I mean, losing that much on the front seven is concerning. Anytime. Now it's less concerning because of the transfer portal, but you really don't know how those guys especially coming from smaller schools, transferring here, will it translate? Will you get the same production they were doing, getting at a smaller school when you throw them into the SEC? We just don't know that till they start playing games. And so that's the only concerning thing for me, heading into this season. And then, Marcel struggling towards the end, but he put so much good on film before that. I feel like he'll take the next step, and that will be fine. It's just all about those, the front seven, both trenches. Will those guys be able to be? They don't have to be as good as last year's team, but they just have to be good enough to not get Marcel killed and be able to get after the quarterback a little bit.
Not get him killed.
But got to be able to protect the quarterback.
Get him killed.
You have to protect the quarterback, and you have to get after the quarterback.
I love the standard though. Hey, just don't get him killed.
Just
You're
don't
right.
get him killed.
No, you're dead right. It's funny though.
Yeah, because don't get him killed.
You don't have to be like in the top 5 for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year.
No.
You could be would you say top 20?
Yeah, absolutely.
25?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's enough with that wide receiving core, with Marcel.
Marcel's athletic ability alone leads to you don't have to have this, big, the number one offensive line in the country, because he can escape and do things on his own. But, he needs time to also, for the most part, he needs time to throw the football. And so, as long as you can give him, that time, and then, of course, every now and then somebody's going to get some pressure, and, you hope he uses that athletic ability, more this year, and they kind of use that as a weapon.
You expected Marcel to take the next step, right? I mean, you did say that.
I expect him to, yeah.
So do I. I've talked about that.
He put so much good on film last year. He
took the step last year.
Yeah.
Last offseason.
Yeah. Nobody was expecting him to lead A&M to the college football playoff last year. And I mean, that was not that's what you would want but nobody was really laying on the line like A&M is going to be, 10-0, 11-0. It just wasn't something, anybody really predicted at the beginning of the season. So he took that step, and now I expect him to make another step and be that guy that is a top 10 quarterback in the country, if not a top 5 guy. I expect him to be that good. If he's going to if he takes the next step, he should be that good. You know what I'm saying? If he's still the same guy from last year, he'll be where he was. But if everybody forgets, if he doesn't have that game against Texas and the one before, he's probably, in New York for the Heisman. But
why would he not take a step? Do the other side, reverse engineer the conversation. And why? Those last 2 games do not indicate a lack of development or ability to develop.
It's all mental if he doesn't take the next step.
Okay, they got him a full-time quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
They got him someone he knows and he's comfortable with. They're customizing. That's all mental, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason he would not take the next. That's why I'm expecting him to take that step, because, I think, mentally upstairs he's showed enough that he can read defenses, make good decisions, and just like any quarterback, is he going to throw some picks every now and then? Yes.
Sorry.
But that's why I expect him to, and I'm not too worried about the quarterback spot. I'm more worried about, front seven.
Both sides?
Yeah, both sides.
Front 5, front 7, front
5, yeah.
Line of scrimmage? It's
both.
The
10, there's 10 guys, and we're counting on those guys they'll make the difference in the season.
They're rebuilding the front 7 on D, and they're rebuilding the front 5 on O.
Yeah.
Line of scrimmage league, and A&M having line of scrimmage both, as you're concerned, is the number one concern. It would be a concern. I don't care if we're talking about Ohio State or Notre Dame or Texas.
Yeah.
And
again, we
believe there's answers. They went out and got answers.
Yep. But we don't know until they start playing. Again, can they take that step, from smaller competition? Well, and some guys were, SEC competitors last year, but they had some issues too. Will they get better? So we'll find out soon.
I believe in Adam Cushing, but again,
absolutely. That's the reason.
We gotta see it.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
4th Saturday, Baton Rouge, LSU. We'll find out a lot.
Yeah, I think we'll find out a lot of Arizona State too.
I think Arizona State is
their coach
good.
Their coach is too good to let that not be. A&M's not going to just blow the doors off Arizona State. That's going to be a football game.
They should win it. They'll probably be double-digit fave, like 10.
Yeah.
But you're right. They'll be tested.
I love their coach. I mean, if Levitt doesn't leave for Arizona State, that's a coin flip football game if Levitt's still at Arizona State.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Hey, Brice is here till 1, so you got time. But if you wait too long, then you run out of time, right? Text 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. Feel free, light up the inbox. This is the Louis Bellina Show, Friday, presented by CC Electric. Free estimates, military and veteran discounts. That's what they do. They have at CC Electric.
You can hear Aggie football online at RadioAggieland.com.
The Louis Bellina Show on a Friday. Brice Jones, Barbecue Pitmaster inside the Charles Schwab studio. It's every Friday, and it's noon till 1. And Brice announced he had one of those things. He had a bunch of hats, and he picked the Zone Game Day hat. So every A&M road football game, Brice Jones will join Dusty, who's lead on that, and me. I just hang out. I just throw bombs from the sideline is really all I do. Man, that's fun. What are we talking about? Well, on an A&M football game day Saturday, here on the Zone, and we are part of the flagship for Texas A&M athletics. What does that mean? Well, you will hear Aggie football, Aggie basketball, Aggie baseball on the Zone, 1150 AM and 93.7 FM, and on News Talk 1620, 94.5 FM, WTAW. So, and the way it works on the Zone, Aggie football Saturday, 4 hours before kickoff, the Zone Game Day Show. Home, road, doesn't matter. At home, I, Louis Bellina, with Olin Buchanan of Texags and Robert Cessna of the Eagle. That's the A&M home games. On the A&M road games, Dusty, Brice, and I'm telling you, I just sit back there and lob bombs. I drive Dusty crazy. That's my only job.
Yeah, you just sit there and try to make me and Dusty mad.
No, yeah, I don't try. I do.
You do. Yeah, you don't try.
There's no try.
You do.
Yeah. No,
hey, I'll tell you what, 7 a.m. you try that, I'm leaving.
I'll tell you what, I don't have the energy at 7 a.m. You're safe, okay?
Very true. And y'all notice how he didn't tell me about the 7 a.m. thing until he got me to say yes that I would do it.
You think this is my first time working around here.
You knew what the answer would be with me.
So game day will start 4 hours before kickoff at the Zone Game Day Show. Here's your timeline. 2 hours before kickoff, it'll be the Texas A&M Tailgate Show from Texas A&M. 30 minutes before kickoff, it's the official A&M pregame show. And then you'll hear every A&M football game, boom, went the dynamite, something like that. Anyway, it'll be the kickoff. Andrew Monaco and the crew. Aggie football, every game, home, road, CFP, right here on the Zone. Now, what? Every A&M home game, 30 minutes after every A&M home football game, it's the Zone call-in show. The drunks. The drunks.
I love the call-in show.
The anger, the love. It is the roller coaster of emotions. Dusty and I.
All love when I call in.
Uh-huh. Oh, you've never called in angry.
No.
What are we doing? No, I've heard it all. But 30 minutes after every A&M home football game, for 2 hours, to be clear, we take phone calls and the roller coaster of emotion.
It might be.
I love Aggie football. This is my last game ever. We've heard it all.
Yeah, dude. It might be the most, outside of going to the game and like getting a win, like it's my favorite part of the evening is listening to you and Dusty navigate those calls sometimes and just waiting for it to get out of hand. And it's it's therapy after a loss, to be honest with you. Like it's absolute therapy if A&M loses to listen to the call-in show.
Thank you.
And I've been on the call-in show before, taking the calls before too, so I know how it is. But
I've used that phrase so many times.
Therapy.
The word therapy is actually I said that 20-something years ago when we started.
Yeah,
it is therapy. It's 30 minutes. Everything's so fresh and raw, and people are angry, people are drunk, people are holy cow. And you think about the years we've had here at A&M, you understand where the rowdy comes from. Like,
yeah.
We're a 21-point favorite. We lost by 14. That should never happen here at A&M.
Yeah, hopefully, and we've seen here lately that may not be the case anymore. So we'll see.
I don't see Elko pulling stunts like that. Do you?
Yeah, no, don't think so.
Wanted to throw this at you, and you can see where this is going from a mile away. We got the AP poll this week, and people use the AP poll kind of as official. So we got the most overrated, underrated teams of all time, and now. It used to be since 1900, 2000. We use 2014 because that's when the CFP started.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can remember that far back, I think. Maybe.
Well, here's the key, though. It's a nice benchmark to start with because the modern era.
Yeah.
We actually have a playoff in football. Who do you think is the most overrated team in the CFP era?
Texas.
AP.
Texas.
Actually, Texas is only 20th.
Okay.
Think about that.
I was just making it. I mean, it was mostly
20th,
it was mostly a joke.
That's a nothing burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like number one.
Who's number one?
Auburn.
When were they that?
They're the most overrated team in the CFP era.
First of all, I don't know how are they basing this off how they started the rankings that year.
You get
or
the
what?
preseason poll.
Okay.
And then you can. If they pick you 5 and you finish 50,
okay,
your 45 spots garbage.
Okay, I got you. That's what I'm just wondering how they decided this.
It's straightforward, nothing fancy.
Okay, yeah.
No adjusting for my personal opinion kind of thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So the most overrated team in the CFP era is Auburn, and think about it. Auburn, everyone has expectation, and they've stunk. They absolutely stink.
Yeah, they have.
Who's number 2 though?
I got no idea.
Come on.
LSU. It was LSU. I was going to ask you to give me the conference, and that would make it easier.
So the top 2 are SEC. That means nothing to me, but LSU, and think about just the entire Brian Kelly era.
Well, they have like 1 year, and then they have Brian Kelly for 5 or whatever, and so they had the Joe Burrow era, and they had the one good year, and then they've just been pretty so they get ranked off of that hype, and they just hadn't, Brian Kelly just wasn't a good coach.
Yeah,
there.
The Auburn one, I just wouldn't have guessed it. I couldn't get there.
Yeah.
LSU, fine. Number 3, I got, not in the 3 spot, but I knew they were top 5. USC,
yeah. Oh, because they're
on 3 different coaches.
Well, that's honestly why I picked Texas, because they're always ranked like top 10, and there were, years where.
And they're not.
Yeah. Or they're ranked in the top 5. And it was like,
Number 4 is shocking, because at the start of the CFP, they were a power. Now they're starting the year unranked for the first time. Guys, see? Well done, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Number 5 breaks my heart.
Was it A&M?
Well, who else would I?
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Oh.
The Badgers.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't a powerhouse,
nothing.
but they were good.
But they rose from the ashes to be a perennial Rose Bowl, and they have strayed so far off the path.
Yeah. Who was it that left, or who was the coach that left, and then it's been downhill since then?
Barry Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah.
Is the icon, and he's still there. I don't think he's the AD. Maybe he's the consultant, but and it just hasn't been the same since he quit, retired. I can't remember what it was. I think he stepped down.
Like
not forced out, just stepped down.
I couldn't even tell you who the coach is there now.
Luke Fickell, which I thought was a brilliant hire. Oh no!
Yeah.
No. Number 6 of most overrated, and you'll get it too. Florida State.
Yeah.
Number 8. Fascinating, but this is one of those where you have to be careful when you look at these things. Is Oregon, and it's because they start 1, 2, 3. Where if you finish 12, you're off by 9.
Yeah.
So Oregon is due to expectation.
Yeah, because they're always ranked in the top 5.
Yeah.
Ever since they started spending Phil Knight started spending that money back in the day. That Nike money
since day one. So Oregon, I don't think is overrated due to a failure element. I think they're overrated just due to how great they are.
They get ranked that high all the
Number
time.
9 is more interesting.
Who is it?
OU.
I was going to put OU on there. I was going to say OU and Oklahoma State would be on the list, but that's just me. I would have guessed OU.
I wouldn't have. Okay, Venables is what, 10 wins, 6 wins, 10 wins, 5 wins?
And they just extended him by 6 years or whatever it was yesterday.
But is the Venables era enough to...
When you start ranked in the top 10 because you're Oklahoma.
Bob Stoops is the CFP era.
Yeah.
And they went, and he never was overrated.
Stoops wasn't the CFP era, was he?
Yeah, wasn't he taking them in the 4 seed and getting destroyed?
Yeah, that's when he had Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield.
He had every Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
I would never have thought they'd ever been overrated because they won the Big 12 by default.
Yeah.
They were beating Texas when they were down, and there was no one else to compete with Texas OU. But hey, the data says they were the number 9, and number 10 is Michigan, and they're another one due to success, not failure.
They get ranked so high every year.
They're like 3. Oh no, they finished 11.
But they had like 2 bad years though too. They had one last year, obviously, and then there was one other year they had a pretty rough year. Penn State's got to be on there, isn't it?
Penn State's fascinating. 16, where they're in the mid.
Yeah,
I mean after the top 10. A lot of these, like Alabama's 11. You know why? Because they're 1 or 2 every year and would finish 5.
They were. Now they're not.
No, now they're not. But you see that. Stanford at 12 was all of them in the top 20 because they did 25. That was the one I went, who?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to think for a while there, Stanford was pretty dang good every single year, and then now they are
irrelevant,
really bad.
They don't invest. They don't care.
Yeah.
They want to collect the check for the synchronized swimming team.
Yeah.
Football fuels synchronized swimming at Stanford.
They're still in competition for whatever that trophy is at the end of the year.
Stanford Cup. Stanford competes for the Stanford Cup.
Every year. Yeah, Stanford wins that a lot.
You notice I didn't say number 7. You probably didn't pay that close attention, did you?
No.
Because I went 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
No. Well, 7's A&M then.
You're on fire today.
What can I say?
You must have got sleep last night.
I did not. Absolutely.
Not even close.
Not even close, man.
A timeout, a return. And look, we're not going to spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes on A&M at 7 because A&M, historically speaking, might be number 1. This is since 2014. where A&M's not number one anymore. So when we return, the thoughts on A&M being the 7th most in the CFP era overrated team. Louis Bellina Show Friday? Check. Louis Bellina Show, Brice and I inside the Charles Schwab studio? Check.
The Houston Astros play in the zone. Thanks to Kelly Bird Dozer.